Hi, and welcome to another segment of my weekly information on So You Want to Be in the Music Business. My name is Al Pizarro. For those of you that are joining me for the first week, name of the company is Heavy Rotation Promotions, and today what we're going to talk about is going to be management. We're going to talk about the different types of management and when you need a manager. Basically, managers are people who manage your career or manage what you can't manage. You don't need a manager for the name of just having a title, I have a manager. You need a manager when you can no longer manage the things that are going on in your life, or when a manager can improve your current situation, or he brings something to the table. Or, of course, if somebody says, hey, I got the money and I'm going to pay for this, I'm going to pay for that, I'm going to do that. If they cannot show and prove that stuff, please don't say or have them or sign anything that's going to have any kind of control over your career. So let's talk about the different managements. Talk about the best friend, guy you grew up with or girl you grew up with that you know that just has that business savvy and you trust. Okay, trust is a very important thing when it comes to managers. Because guess what? They're going to be taking care of the business. They're going to be talking for you. They're going to represent you. They're probably going to sign some contracts for you, and they're going to advise you on all that. So you need to make sure that you can trust them. Let's talk about the group manager. There's always a person in the group that seems to have the business savvy in comparison to everybody else. And you guys all say, well, he should be the manager. Okay, so that's the group manager. When you have the business manager, a person who may approach you, who may not have the money, but may have all the contacts that you see all the way around everywhere, and that happens to maybe manage one or two groups. Then you have the money manager. Somebody who has the money, has no contact, but he has the means to get you to the next level. He wants to buy the clothes for you. He wants to bring you to the parties. He has all those kind of connections. Then you have the management from the company. You're signed to a label, and they say, you know what, you're under our label and all that stuff. This is the management company that we use. So those are the different types of managers or management that you have available to you. There are different circumstances that may deem something totally different. You know, some people have their girlfriend, their wife, their husband being managers. I don't suggest it, but for some people it works. Okay, so if it works, don't mess with it. But the, the other two types, or not two types, but the divisions in managers are business and personal. Yeah, so you can have a personal manager that handles your personal affairs, and you can have a business manager that handles your business affairs. You can have two managers at the same time. Now remember, every time that you have somebody in in your business, you gotta pay them. They're not doing it for nothing. So let's talk about a percentage that you'll be paying them. It could be anywhere between 10% and 25%. Now you may be saying 25%, that's a lot coming out of my salary, out of my pay to give them. Well, let's think about it this way. If Lady Gaga's manager came to you and say, I want to be your manager, but I want 25%, what you gonna do? You're gonna give them 25%, I guess. Okay? But if there's somebody who's just starting up, or somebody who has the contacts, and somebody who's building, all that, you could probably give them 10%. But I wouldn't go no more than 25% for a standard management fee. Then you also got to think about, if you have a personal manager, what you're going to give them. So if you have two managers, guess what? Less money for you. All right. So think about that point. Management. When do I need a manager? When you can't manage the stuff yourself. Right? And when you're making money. If you don't have no money and you can't make any money, you're not getting no bookings or anything like that, you don't need a manager. But now if somebody approaches you and says, I want to be your manager and I have 10 dates for you, you should process that and think about that, because guess what? That's money in your pocket. And if he's saying he got the dates, let him show him through, give you some contracts and all that, and see whether these dates are real, and go for it. And I'm going to recommend some managers. You know, every time that I do this, I like to try to give you an idea, a concept, the theory that works out, and then I want to give you some contact people that I know that are reputable, that I feel confident with, and I've did business with them. First one is Gary Salzman, Salzman. All right, he has a company called Big Management. Real good guy, good friend of mine, good guy to contact. Second one is Sal Abatello. Sal Abatello has a company called Fever Entertainment. All right, he does management, promotion, and booking. So he books artists also. And the third one will be Vito Bruno. Vito Bruno has a company called AMPM. All these individuals I know personally. I've seen them handle their business, handle careers of different artists, and I feel confident that they will help you along. You can Google these people and research them and talk to them, set up a meeting, and see whether, they fit for you. Other than that, remember that a manager is a representation of you. It's an extension of you. So what you don't want to do is get a manager that embarrasses you, get a manager that doesn't reflect what you want to reflect, and get a manager that listens to you. Okay? It's all right that you get the advice from a manager, but it's very important that that manager is able to listen to what you're saying and your concerns and the things that you want to do. So that way when you're signing a contract and you're discussing a possible date, a possible venue, that your manager and you see eye to eye on what you want to do. The other thing is, do not think you know it all. The reason why you have a manager is because they're an extension, they know a little more, they have more contacts and all that. So you have to listen to them also. It's a two-way street with that. Okay, other than that, I'll see you next week. We'll talk about a different topic. Like I said, Heavy Rotation Promo at Yahoo. Hit me with an email if you want me to discuss something pertinent to your career, to your life. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye. God bless.